The men's hockey team is on the road again this week, taking on Ferris State in a pair of games. Both Friday and Saturday's games start at 6 p.m. Central Time. Head coach Mike Eaves is here, and we'll take questions.
Especially the second game, you got quite a performance out of your freshman goalie. What was your take of after seeing him play most of the two games?
It was one of the positives that came out of the weekend, and we spoke about it right after the game with the guys. And we lost the game, but there were several things that stood out, and that was one of them. And that's the kind of growth that we're hoping to find with our young group as we get going. So, because of that fact, we go into this weekend knowing Friday night that young Matty's going to be our goaltender, and have a good week of practice and carry that same kind of performance against Ferris State on Friday.
Did you see an improvement from Friday to Saturday out there, Mike?
No question. The fact it was our first game on a small sheet against a pretty talented team, and then we were better on Friday. We got the early lead, and we were just playing at a faster pace. I mean, I think unless you've gone from a big sheet of ice to a small sheet of ice, you don't realize the lack of time and space that is created by that shift. I suppose it'd be like somebody sleeping on a queen and going to a single. You roll over and you're out of bed. It's hard to imagine what it's like. But there was great. We saw a lot better things in breaking down the film yesterday. We can take to the team, some good stuff, and we see the stuff that we've been working on in practice and harping on. You're starting to see on a more regular basis when you look at film, and that's the kind of growth that we want. We don't have the final result yet, but there's good growth there, and we've got to keep pushing that and going in that direction.
Concerned that you were outshot so badly on Saturday? Was it like 44-18?
No, if you take a look at the second period, Dennis, the fact is we were in the penalty box a lot, which was another story within itself. But they shot a lot of pucks from the outside. Scoring chances weren't that lopsided. There was just a lot of shots from the outside.
Penalty kill would be another positive then?
Absolutely. I thought our guys did a really good job. You can see, again, what Luke is trying to have them do, they're starting to do now. And, it's kind of a backhanded thing, but, the blessing of having all those penalty kills is that we got a chance to work at it live and in game situation, which is the best teacher. So we did a lot of good things there. We'll be able to use that as we move forward as well.
I think everybody figured there'll be a few bumps in the road as you start out this season. It's just trying to smooth those out and get going a little bit, right?
Bumps, I think it's just learning curve. With the expectations of these young people, again, the thing for us as coaches and looking at video is the fact that we're getting better. You're seeing it more repetitively done in games, and our transition from one system play to another is getting quicker. So, again, with the good goaltending, we're moving in the right direction, and I'm glad we're going on the road again because it's harder to win on the road, and it forces your focus to become greater in the things that you have to do. You can play a simpler game. And so we're going into a rink that is really small. It's a box, and the reason that we wanted to do this is, first of all, Bob Daniels has come to us for several years. He's a good man. We like the way their team plays. It'll be a tough building to go into and win, but the thought process is if we can learn to play in that environment, we can play in a lot of environments.
Have you been to Big Rapids or...
Driven by the sign that points to Big Rapids. That's
okay,
it.
That's
so that's my experience.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mike.